Hey there, FlossTube. This is Cathy, the hands-on designer. It is Thursday morning, the Thursday after market. I cannot even begin to believe it that it was a week ago that we were setting up the room and starting to pull pre-orders and getting ready for the shops to come in. And oh my goodness, it was an amazing market. The vibe, I just loved it. Usually I do this little video after market and I show you all of my releases. Well, I shared my releases before market. So I just wanted to kind of give you this is going to be quick, just a little wrap up and just talk about a few things. Like I said, market, the vibe, it was amazing. We had a lot of, I don't know like what numbers were as far as, I know there were more shops than in attendance. There were more vendors in attendance. We had a lot of first-time vendors, new designers, and some that weren't new designers, already have a really established following and style that came to market for the first time. And they were just amazing. They had great room setups, and I think, they were, everybody I talked to had nothing but smiles. So that was amazing. I know I'm going to say amazing a lot. I need to come up with a new word. Somebody throw me a thesaurus, but not overhand, please. So, just so thank you to the shops that came. Thank you to the Stitchers that you placed your pre-orders with the shops, and then the shops placed the pre-orders. I'm so glad that my designs were really well received. I can't wait to see everybody start stitching on them and sharing their stitches and their finishes. And I know everybody's going to be coming up with different color combinations, and I'm going to go, why didn't I think of that? So in general, I just think the vibe of the market was exciting. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. It was great to meet some people that I've met online, either through the FlossTube community or just in social media, that kind of thing. So it was great to actually meet face to face. I got to meet Cindy from Cindy's Cross Stitch and give her a big old sunflower hug, and other people. And that was really cool. And I would also like to say thank you. I work with a lot of wonderful women and men with the different companies. Stephanie from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. Hopefully, I said her husband was actually ironing fabric while we were open for business, because she died right up until the last minute. I said next year he goes in the window. And then also Cecile and Rachel from Just Another Button Company, who again always come up with amazing creations. I'm trying to think. See, I hate naming people because I just know I'm gonna forget somebody, and I don't, anyway. But all the linen companies, the Weeks Dye Works that I use, Stephanie's, Zweigert, Picture This Plus, all of it. Thank you so much. And I had the Just Another Button Company buttons in the room. They made that available for me to have. And Lady Dot, you made it. And I'm thinking about you today. So, big thanks to her. So anyway, so huge thanks. And so now go get your orders, go shop at your local needlework shop or your online needlework shop as they have their market days. And it's just exciting. It's just a fun time to be in this industry, and just it's amazing to be surrounded by such positive energy. And so something that Mr. Haberman, Mr. HOD, and I were talking about on the way home is we were kind of talking about all just, the different thank you. Oh, I need to show you one little thing. Squirrel. Okay, I digress. But before market was happened, I shared with you one final little release, and I shared a little corner of it. And so now I can show you, and you've probably seen it online, but this was the final design, Humble Honey. I felt like one of those barkers at a, come and get your humble honey, where the bee's knees. I won't quit my day job, sorry. So anyway, so I used the little pin mini, the Bee Sweet Pin Mini from Just Another Button Company. And if you recognize it, this is the pin mini that I used in my anniversary piece for Mr. HOD. And I just loved it so much. I love this honey jar. I want to say, I don't know how they do it, but I know how they do it because I've seen how they do it. I've been there when they've been doing it, but it just still blows my mind. I love how the sides of the honey jar just look almost opaque. So I used it again. So you might have already ordered this for your meant to be, the complimentary. So if you already got it and you don't want to buy a second one, maybe like your 2 finished pieces could share custody or something. You know, 1 week wear this one, 1 week wear that. Anyway, or just buy another set. It's just adorable. So there you go. And I finished it with a little gingham on point, and then this is a little leftover twill from Lady Dot from the hip hop color. So I just thought it was a really sweet finish. This one is available at your shops. Shops picked it up. I did it for a very nice price, kind of a little gift to them, and then hopefully turn a gift for you. It will only be available through me, not through the distributor. So make sure if your shop didn't get to market, they should call me. Anyway, but so let's get back to before I had the squirrel moment. Mr. HOD and I were talking about all the thanks I wanted to offer on the way home, and I don't know, it was one of those things where we're having, you have deep discussions at 70 miles an hour, 70. I didn't check the speedometer. I don't know how fast he was going. But we just got talking about saying thanks. And somehow the words came up, and he and I both stopped mid-conversation and kind of let the weight of the words that we said kind of sink in a little bit. And he's like, I know what you're going to do. And I'm like, yeah, I have to. So this is what we were talking about. There's never a wrong time to say thank you. So you know what I've done. Thank you. I'm going to put a link below to a page on my website where you can find it. I started stitching it this morning. I got up for my regular morning model stitch, even though I'm kind of like in between models at the moment. So I started just stitching it this morning. I'm using I just wanted some fresh colors. So I'm using some sulkies that I picked out. I did list these. I also did list DMC substitutions. But I also know it's got 5 colors in it. So I know you very creative stitchers are going to come out with some amazing color combinations. And when you are working on it, please tag me. I can't wait to see. I just love it when I can see what you're working on. So I'm going to end it here until next time. But just remember, enjoy the stitch.